got the Parker baits. Well, that's it. I've actually caught oh my word. How do I turn this down? No. Wrong way. Go down. That's better. Well, good morning, welcome to Aquatic College. My name is Bry, and today, as you've guessed by my thumbnail, I am at Linear Fisheries, and I have managed to get onto Brasenose 2. I'm here with Glynn for a 48-hour session. Last year when we did the Fan Lodge charity event, I won raffle tickets for 2 people to have a 48-hour on Linear Fisheries. So we've decided that today's the day. It's the beginning of October, and yeah, I'm hoping to catch some fish. Unfortunately, we didn't get the point swim, which is over that way. That's the point swim, that's the hot spot. Unfortunately, we didn't get over there. The lake was pretty much full. We got here at 8:10 this morning. The gate opened at 8. Apparently it should have been 17 pegs free. And me and Glynn have managed, luckily, to get a peg near each other. He's the other side of the tree, so I'll show you his peg in a bit. So yeah, excuse the eyes, I left it. I've been awake since 3:30, left at 4:30, got here at 8:10. And so yeah, I've got all 3 rods out. I did have them at 20 wraps initially, which is fine with the rods and the reels, with the Dio Emblem reels and the Black Widow rods, but my Spom reel, which is an Advanto one that I won on one of the raffle prizes, unfortunately that's not up to the distance. I was struggling to hit consistently at 20 wraps, which was smooth. It was smooth all the way back to about 16 wraps. So I've done it at 18 wraps is the limit for my spod rod. It's where I've got all 3 baits. And yeah, I'm using some solid bags. I'm also trying to use my mesh bags to see if I can get those out, because I'm more confident with those than solid bags. But I'll show you the rigs that I'm using, where I'm casting to. We'll go and see Glynn, and I'm hoping over the 48 hours we can catch a fish. I need anything over 21 pounds for a PB. Glynn said he wants one over 29 pounds. So yeah, fingers crossed we can get both of those. You can follow him on my journey. Linear Fisheries, I can't believe I'm here. I'm so excited, and hopefully we can bring you some carp. So I have managed to get the peg opposite the point swim. The point swim is over there. See the gentleman over there, that's the famous point swim. There was nothing down that side, and only 2 pegs available on this side, so I'm on this peg. Glynn is over behind these trees on another peg. You can't see through the trees, but it sticks out a bit, and he's on there, so he's casting out to there. I'm casting out between these 2 trees here and that tree at the end there. Well, more those trees, to be honest, those 2. So yeah, that's where I'm trying to get all 3 rods. I've leaded about, and the between 20 and 15 wraps came in, dragged in completely clear, absolutely nothing. Then it hit a weed bed at probably about between 14-15 wraps out, and then it just pulled clear, and nothing all the way in. As you can see, it's really shallow in this margin. I think it drops off about here, but if I get a big fish I might have to wade in, and these are the dreaded things that I don't want to see. is the crayfish. You can see it there. Absolutely disgusting fish. I hate them with a passion. I'm hoping I don't get crayed out, because to me they're a nuisance. You normally get them in France and stuff like that, but I've never fished a UK water that's got crayfish in. Fortunately that one's dead. Hoping I don't see over the duration of that we're here. Yeah, we're here for 48 hours. I still can't believe I'm fishing at Linear Fisheries. So I'll take any fish. We've seen nothing show yet. Hopefully they switch on later on. It's quite cold. It was down to 2 degrees this morning. It's about 7 degrees now, so it's not much warmer. It is feeling like winter. But yeah, hopefully we get a fish. Just one fish between us will do. That's all I want. If we get one each, that's an absolute bonus. I've heard that Brasenose 2 can either be really prolific and you'll catch loads of fish on a session if you're on them, or if not, you could blank. That's what I've been told this morning by a couple of people that were on there. The bailiff said there's been nothing out for the last 2.5 days. So before then he said they were coming out quite regularly, but it's slowed down a bit. I think it's the change in weather. But yeah, fingers crossed. I'm here. I've got 3 rods in. I've got a chance. And as Ben says from Parker Baits, hopefully I can bring you an absolute banger. I think Glynn's in. Oh, I can see a line going over the top of yours.
Yeah, picked up another line. It's fighting, Brian.
Hmm? Was he doing anything with that one? Take the bail arm off.
Oh, if you take it over the top of me, Brian. If you duck down.
Come on, Glynn. Don't say. It's a fish though, isn't it? Doesn't matter how big it is. It's the first fish. Shows your rigs are working and the spot's working. I'll take anything. Feels heavy.
No.
That's what I like to hear. I'm excited. Look at that reel going. You got your other rod now. Yeah. So take the bail arm off.
Yeah, you can do, please, mate.
What's this? Hold on a minute, what's this? A mascot with an AC badge on it.
That's, look, lucky that.
Didn't tell me about that before, did you? Kept that quiet. Lucky gong. Looks a bit like Chad, to be honest. Getting close. Is this the point when you should have put waders on?
I mean, that one's pretty long.
What's the beeping? Slack lines. Oh, you read? That one needs to. I've taken the bail arm off that one as well.
Note to self. Fat lad.
Don't do that to me, Glynn. We're relying on you for content for the YouTube channel here, Glynn. Just remember the pressures.
No pressure.
Sure, hammer anything, are you alright? Come on. Please be over £29.
Anything over 26 would be.
Over 26? Must be deep down there. Oh, that's nice. Come on, stay on the surface. Stay on the surface.
Oh, it's big, that Brian.
Yes, Glynn. Get in. Yes. Get in. Oh my word. My word. That's enormous. Get in, Glynn. Right, I'll give you a hand. Well, Glynn has absolutely smashed it with this carp. £27, 10 ounces. Beautiful mirror. It is a mirror carp, isn't it?
Mirror,
Yeah. Absolutely stunning, Glynn.
Love it.
Made the session already, and it's the first fish.
New PB.
Is that a new PB?
Yeah.
Get in. We'll get a couple of pictures, but absolutely cracking. Proper made up.
A bit of deeper water. Are we right, mate?
I am ready. Got to release it better than Chad does.
Wow.
Get in, that's massive. Cracking, Glynn, well done, mate. Proper chuffed. Well, good evening. Forgot how dark it gets so quickly now. It gets dark at literally 6 o'clock. So yeah, after Glynn's last fish, we let that go, that nice £27 10 ounce, proper made up for Glynn. But yeah, we put that back, and then I came back to the bivvy to make a cheese sandwich, and I fell asleep with a plate in my hand. And then I've gone to Glynn's at about 5 o'clock, to Glynn's peg, and he's been asleep as well. So yeah, we literally sat there, had a couple of beers as it's gone into darkness, and we've been watching the water for an hour. Not a single fish at all. No signs of fish, no jumping, no boshing, not even any liners anymore. Yeah, there's been nothing. It's been really strange. Glynn said he saw one down the far end of the lake, which was like one bosh, but you would think with the amount of fish in this lake and how I've watched videos of people in the past when they're fishing and there's fish boshing all over the place, even out of range in the middle. There's been nothing like that tonight, and I don't know whether it's the weather, with it being a bit colder. I think it's got up to about 7 degrees today, and it's now back down to like 2 or 3 degrees. I don't know whether it's that's putting them off. I know Parker Bates had a social Thursday into Sunday, and the fish were caught in the first half of that 4-day cycle, and then there was nothing on the weekend, and obviously I'm here on the Monday after that weekend. So yeah, carrying on where we left off. If it wasn't for Glynn's fish, I'd be thinking there's no fish in here, but I'm proper chuffed he's caught that. I've not redone my rods at all. They're all out at 18 wraps. So I'll reel in the morning, see whether I've been done by the craze, and we'll just assess it from then on in. It's not really renowned for night bites on here, so I'm not expecting anything through the night. I'm going to get some sleep now because I'm absolutely shattered, even though I had a nap before, and I never nap. That's how tired I am. So I'm going to wind down now. It's now 8 o'clock. I'm going to bed. Yeah, I'm going to get some sleep. Might watch a video and wind down, but I'm absolutely shattered. So I'm going to go to sleep. Fresh start in the morning. Hopefully there's a nice sunrise, misty lake. We can get some film footage. There's a lot of wildlife I've seen today, so hopefully we can get some footage of that. And yeah, bring on tomorrow. Just want one fish. That's all I want. I don't care what size it is. I just want a linear fish. So yeah. So I'm going to wind down, get some sleep, and you'll either see me with a carp, see Glynn with a carp, or I'll see you in the morning. Good night. Well, good morning. That's probably the best night's sleep I've ever had. Yeah, I went to bed about 9:30, and I've woke up twice. Once to my alarms going off at 5 o'clock in the morning, and that was the swans, who seemed to disregard lines, rods, whatsoever, and just wipe them all out. And then, yeah, other than that, I went to the toilet at 7, and it's now 9 o'clock, so I've practically had near enough 12 hours sleep, even though it probably doesn't look it. And yeah, brand new day, full day today. Saying nothing last night. I've not heard from Glynn. I've had no messages, even though the Wi-Fi is absolutely shocking in signal. I've not even got 4G here. But I'm going to go and see Glynn in a bit, and I'm going to redo my rods. I've decided 2 of them I'm going to stick to my 18 wraps, the baited spot, and put a load more spods over, and hopefully that brings them in. And then my left hand rod,
I'm just gonna cast it as far as I can, literally just fire it out towards the middle. That can be my roving rod, yeah, and just see if there's anything further out than the 18 wraps. And I'm not going to spot over that. I'll just put a little mesh bag or solid bag over it and just fire it out as far, and then if I get anything on that, then I can take action. And other than that, I'm just going to watch the water. They say we didn't see a single show yesterday. Well, no guaranteed. Sometimes when the ducks dive, you don't know whether it's a fish splash or a fish, but yeah, there's less bird life on the water, it seems, this morning, so it should be able to see if there's any shows, and then we can act upon that. But yeah, a bit frustrating, but obviously this is specimen fishing. I'm used to runs, and it's when you come to places like this where you appreciate that it's the long haul and just one fish can change it, like Glynn's yesterday. That one fish totally changed the session and made it. Hopefully I can get on it and catch one today, but if not, it's more experience. I'm actually fishing at Linear Fisheries, and yeah, no matter what happens, I'll definitely be back because it's a beautiful water. So today I'm going to watch the water, redo my rods, probably film some wildlife, and hopefully we can bring you a carp or two. So I'm just in the middle of refreshing my rods. So while I've got them in, I'll show you what I'm using. So I've got the usual rig tubing. There's about 2 foot of that, and that goes down to a quick release pear lead, and that's a 3-ounce pear lead from Steve's Sleds. Really good. I'll leave a link in the video to it, but he does custom made leads, any size, any colour. And then that goes down to about 6 or 7 inches of fluorocarbon stiff hook link. I've got an anti-tangle kicker on one end from the swivel, and then that goes down to a size 4 Kamakura hook. And on there I have got the usual hook bead with a hook swivel, and on there I am using the Parker Baits Magic Beans. I'm using the yellow one, similar to what I was using when I was at Brookside Fishery. And then I have got a mag liner, which I use to connect from a little quick release swivel to my hook, so you can basically slide it down, change the hook over and put it back on, just to make sure that the hooks are nice and sharp. And then I've also got a bit of rig putty on there, just so it sits like so. So yeah, that's what I'm using on that rod. All 3 rods have got the same rigs on. The only thing I'm using is different bait, so rather than the yellow I've got a pink on one, and on my 3rd rod I have got fake sweet corn, just in case I get crayed. This has been out overnight and there's been no crays on that rod. I'm just going to check the other 2 now and make sure they're both okay. But yeah, I'm going to get these back out at 18 wraps. As you can see, the lake behind me. So my 2 on this side are going to go at 18 wraps straight out, and then my left hand one I'm just going to fire out as far as I can towards that tree, and let's bring on a new day. Now with my 3rd rod, I actually reeled this weight in when I was doing my leading at the beginning to find my spots, and this is what you call a distance lead. I've never used one of these before, but I thought it might be a lucky omen. Seeing as though I've reeled it in, I'm going to fire that as far as I can with the pink magic bean, with a small little tiny mesh bag on it, just so I can get it aerodynamic. And I'm going to fire that out as far as I can, and that's going to be my roving rod. Yeah, hopefully it's a lucky lead.
Well, after getting my 3 rods back out, the 2 right ones at 18 wraps and my left one around 25.5 wraps, me and Glynn both watched the water. But as per yesterday, we just didn't see any fish. The only action that was round my swim were these bloody swans.
Stupid swan! Well, this is what happens when you get taken out by a swan. I'm literally soaked from head to foot. Got wrapped around my line, had to try and let it go, and it literally just flat water all over me. Fuck's sake. Well, just a quick update. It's 12:30 and I'm just having a cremated bacon and sausage sandwich, and I've got my first flask of coffee of the day, even though it's 12:30. I've had a manic morning. I've had swans take out my rods. The line got wrapped round a baby swan's leg, so I had to try and pull that in, grab its leg to get the line off its leg, and it was absolutely battering the water, so I got totally soaked. But the main thing was we managed to get the line wrapped around its leg off, so yeah, that swam off. And then the mum decided to come back and give me abuse, so yeah, I'll have to watch that in future. But yeah, it's so shallow there, they literally come back in and there's no way of them not going around your line. So yeah, and then on this rod here, as I was sorting out the swans, the line did go, and I thought it was a swan that had caught the line, but when I've come to reel in, it's got locked up in this weed bed here. Well, I've got one on, but I think it's weeding me up. And it was pulling, and then it just kept on stopping, and then I was trying to gain a bit back and it was pulling again, and then it's just completely locked up, absolutely solid. I know there's a weed bed out there, but I didn't think it was thick weed, but that rod is absolutely solid, so I'm leaving that out for a while. I've slackened the line off a bit to see whether it runs off again and frees itself, but I've got a feeling I'm going to end up losing all my rig and having to cast back out again. And as you can tell, I'm just in the middle of spotting out at 18 wraps between those two trees there. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Quick update. We'll go and see Glynn after I've had my food and spawned, see how he's getting on in his peg. But yeah,
Weather's quite nice, really sunny, but apparently it's forecast for a weather warning later on of strong winds. So just what you want when you're in a bivvy that's in stones and not that secure. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Still no fish for me. I'm hoping this one frees itself because it felt big, but if not, we'll go again. I'll finish doing my spodding. I've got a whole bucket, that whole bucket I need to get through to use the rest of that up, and then I've got more down that side, so I've got more buckets there, and fingers crossed we can catch a fish. But the wind's changed direction, it's blowing really hard into this way now, over from over there, so I'm hoping it brings the fish. No more shows, well, I'm gonna say no more shows. I think I've seen one, if that, but there's absolutely nothing. You can see out there, that's where those blackbirds are, that's where my bait is. This flat spot keep on appearing. But yeah, other than the savage swans and the fish in the weed, it's been quiet. Oh, well, unfortunately that rig that was stuck in the weed, that there was a carp on, literally left it for an hour. No more pulls from the fish, and when I've reeled it in, it's snagged up, and I've lost everything, lost the whole rig and everything. So it obviously done me in the weed. Unfortunately, I've heard of it happening before, but I've never had it myself where I fished in weed. So yeah, I've lost the whole rig, so I'm going to try something different. Rather than the fluorocarbon, I'm using the usual drop-off lead, but instead of the fluorocarbon, I've used a small length of the braid. I think that's 25-pound braid with a bit of rig putty, and then I've got the magic bean. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to treat this as my roving rod, and I'm going to try and cast it out at 26 wraps, which I've not managed to do. But what I'm going to do, I absolutely hate these. It's like is the small little PVA mesh not mesh bags, PVA solid bags. These are the Fox ones where it locks onto this collar, and then I'm going to use some of the micro pellet from Parker Baits. So it's little tiny bits of pellet, they're like 2mm. So I'm going to put a load of those in, inject it with the flat spot, and try and cast it as far as I can, and literally that's going to be my roving rod. I'm just going to keep on doing that far out. I've not seen anything show, but apparently sometimes they can be really far out, so I'm just going to chuck it as far as I can, and use that as my roving rod. And yeah, that's it. It's starting to get a bit windy, you probably can't tell it on camera, but now and again there's gusts coming up. There is a storm due in tonight, so I'm going to batten everything down. I'm not going to film the PVA bags because I'm crap at it. I'll show you the after one. And there you have it, little solid bag with a little magic bean in there. And yeah, hopefully that's able to cast it out more than 20 wraps, and hopefully we can catch a fish. But they say bad luck comes in threes, and with the swans getting wrapped round my line and then losing that carp in the weed, it was inevitable that this happened. A strong gust of wind blew over my DSLR camera and tripod, and unfortunately it smashed my wide-angled lens. I've just heard Glynn's rod beep, so we'll go over. I had the opportunity to go over and see Glynn. So on the back of our peg there is a roadway, and this just takes us down the far side of Brasenose to it's a long road that runs down. There's some cars parked over there, but I won't show you for the registration plates. So that's my swim at the bottom, and then if we go up this way, we'll take over. There's a nice river at the back of there, but we'll show you that in a second. So this is Glynn's peg. This is Glynn's peg. Take you down the roadway. So I've got a fair way to sprint if he gets a run. Luckily we're on his peg when he got that fish. But this is Glynn's peg. Oh, he's sour, look at him, all carpy. Just because he's caught a fish, he's all carpy sat there. This is Glynn's. It's right in the open. We're just showing everyone your peg.
Yeah, mate.
Looking very carpy there, sat there. You watching the water?
Yeah.
Contemplating. So this is Glynn's, and it's, compared to mine, it's like a wide open peninsula peg. So you can literally see all the way down the lake. Obviously I'm in this corner here. Yeah, gives you a great aspect of watching the water and not seeing any fish jump. And his is the same, his is nice and shallow. Yeah, this is Glynn's palatial peg, I'm going to call it. It's absolutely massive. You drinking beer? Beer at this time? It's only 1 o'clock. I've got my coffee. And he's got it ready for the storm tonight. He's put extra supports in there because it's gonna be a bad storm tonight. And yeah, this is a palatial peg. It's really nice. It's really warm as well. It's like shaded in mine. It's boiling here. Have you got the sun loungers out? He's even got a fancy tripod. I need to get one of these. Not that I get fish big enough to use this, but that's what I need. A Nash one as well. It's a proper tackle tar. He's got 12 rods. 12 rods, a big Nash brolly system. Makes mine look crap. And look at this. This is, you probably saw this when we saw the fish last night, but he's got a lucky gonk with an aquatic college badge, and it brought him that fish. So yeah, this is where we are. This is Glynn's peg. Sun's out, so I'm going to drink my coffee quick, get on the beers, seeing as though he is, and yeah, we'll update you later on, hopefully with a fish. Well, I've never seen one in real life before. And this little pig is what's taken some line. Look at him. Look at him. Big massive pincers. Look at him. Absolutely disgusting. We'll get the line off and chuck him back. That's the last time I want to see one of those. Disgusting. There you go, one saved, no more braid on it. So even though everyone hates them, we'll go and put them back because it's not nipped me. Let's get it back in the water. Hopefully that's the last time I see a crayfish. Go on fella, you're free. Just acclimatise into the cold water. There we go. He's on the move. You're welcome, mate. Absolutely alien-like. I've just been doing some night photography. As you can see, it's absolutely pitch black at night. It's only about 9 o'clock, but it's proper dark. I've been doing night photography. I thought I'll have a look in the edge because somebody said there's crays in the edge at night. And there is. You can see that there. There's quite a few before. I don't know whether they're baby ones or they're the native ones. If anybody knows, let me know in the comments. They are awful, awful. Oh, it's a fish. Fish that is. Looks like a perch. Yeah, it definitely looks like a perch. See the stripes on it. And there's a bugger of a crayfish. Look at the size of him with his big pincers. Absolutely hate them. Each other. Yeah, absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. They're attacking each other. Yeah, that's what's going on at night. And there's literally, zoom back out a bit, see them all over. Whizzing round. Awful things. And I don't know whether they're the native ones or whether they're the baby ones from the big ones. There was a massive one in Glynn's swim earlier on. He's just had we thought it was a run. I went running over when I was halfway through filming, and it was actually a swan taking his lines out. I just took one of his rods out. Luckily the swan wasn't trapped like what mine was. But yeah, thought it was a run, but he had a massive pink crayfish like the one I released for the braid. They're absolutely disgusting. I'm glad I've not got these up north in Fan Lodge and stuff like that, because it would do my head in. There's a little tiny baby one down there. Little tiny bastards. They wouldn't wreck my bait, those. They'd be fine, but the big ones can terrorise you. Yeah, I just thought I'd give you an insight into anyone that's not seen crayfish like myself. That's what they look like. They're absolutely disgusting, like little aliens. They're like lobsters, to be honest. And yeah, that's it for me. I'm going to wind down, and I'm not going to do a nighttime message. This is going to be my nighttime message. So I'll either see you in the night with a fish, or I will see you bright and early in the morning. So it's good night.
Well, unfortunately, it was the same story through the night. No action whatsoever. I only had a few hours left, but I decided to redo my rods. With fresh bait became fresh optimism. But watching the water, the only thing we saw were the swans. I'm still getting used to specimen fishing, and I appreciate that watching my videos where I don't catch any fish might be a little boring. But I like to keep it realistic. I like to bring you on my journey and show the realism that you can't always catch fish on every single session. So as always, thanks for watching. If you want to like and subscribe, I really would appreciate it. Follow me on all my social medias, and hopefully I'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching.